Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Hey, I don't think I said that in a long time. Have I said that? Sometimes I just be like, "What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back." Anyways, this is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Baby, listen to this. This is according to TMZ. So, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Mary Cosby's son arrested for assault and trespassing. Oh, God. Oh, Robert. All right, so Mary Cosby's son, Robert Jr., has found himself in hot water with the law again. We've learned he's been arrested for a number of alleged crimes, including assault and trespassing. According to an arrest report obtained by TMZ, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star's only child was arrested just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, Saturday for failure to stop at the command of law enforcement, criminal trespassing, assault, and 3 alleged violations of a court order. Baby. Per the report, local police responded to a domestic violence call. Robert Jr. allegedly tried to break into his father in law's home via a dog door and assaulted someone on the front lawn. Robert Jr. allegedly failed to get on the ground when ordered to do so by the responding police officer before eventually complying and being taken into custody. Bail has been set at $5,000. This is Robert Jr.'s latest set of legal troubles. He was previously arrested in 2022 for a DUI, where cops say he didn't have a license and disobeyed traffic laws. He ended up pleading guilty to the DUI, resulting in the other charges being dropped. However, the saga didn't stop there, with Robert Jr. finding himself back in court after he allegedly failed to prove he completed a court ordered rehab stay. Though Mary previously said on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion that Robert Jr. did attend a rehabilitation program and was doing good. Remember, Mary opened up. I don't think Mary, I can't remember, but I thought at the time he was in the rehabilitation center, right? A program. I don't think at the time. I can't remember. I can't. Y'all, for those who got girl who can remember stuff when it was 1 month old. Um, Let us know at the reunion when it was brought up. I feel like I remember. I think I remember Mary at the time. Robert was in rehab. So I don't know if Mary necessarily lied because at the time he could have been in rehab doing good. But by the time, he probably didn't clearly complete the program. But at the time, I think he was there. Anyways, let us know in the comment section. Remember, Mary opened up about her son's struggles on the Bravo series, having a viral heart to heart with her son in season 5, where she begged her son to be honest with her about his issues. However, during Wednesday's appearance on Sirius XM's Reality Check radio show, she hinted that Robert Jr. was struggling with substance issues again, noting her husband Robert Sr. was devastated by their son's battle. Girl, no tea, no shade, girl. Can we be a little messy? Girl, when I read this earlier and she said that he was struggling with substance issues again, I said again. I said, girl, did he ever stop? Because Robert, girl, this is no shade. Girl, Robert was a full-fledged crackhead. Go and tell you, baby, if y'all go back and watch, when I tell you I was over here, boo, I felt so bad for him. And of course, Mary. But of course, him, because, like anybody who, and I'm not a doctor, but I just feel like anybody who continues to put something in their body to the point where it could potentially take you out. I'm not talking about a cocktail. I'm talking about like hardcore, and girl, like you like just like you like a garbage disposal, just putting all this stuff in your body. Girl, something's wrong. That was probably one of the saddest scenes, realest scenes I had ever seen on TV in my life. Baby, the way I cried. She added, I can only push him, encourage him, and love him, and that's what I'm doing. That's kind of where we are, but he's still on the road, and it's a hardcore road. We reached out to Bravo for comments. So far, no word back. Mary does not strike me as someone, and Mary, she cool. But Mary doesn't necessarily strike me the type that just like, I think everybody has told a lie before. If she did lie, it's probably to protect her son, which in that case I'm not mad at it. Um, but I don't know. I can't remember what Mary said at the reunion. Hopefully everything works out for Robert Jr. What was his name? Yeah, Robert Jr. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna say that. I'm glad, man. I'm glad that they are trying. I'm glad at least they are trying to get him some professional help. Because I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. There are a large group of people out there who just want to call on God. No, you need to go see a therapist. You need to go see a doctor. You get shot in your face, you run into the hospital. So I'm just happy that due to Mary's religious background, she just didn't call on God. She called on God, and we said we need to go take you to a doctor, to a program, to a center to get you some assistance. So I'm glad they did that. Because some people, girl, no shame. Let me shut up. I don't want to upset nobody today. Anyways, shout out to them. Let's go ahead and move on.
Who said that? Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Williams is in the building. See y'all. Mwah.
So this is according to the Jasmine brand. Porsha Williams wins legal battle as ex Simon Gubadia's divorce appeal is denied.
Denied.
We now know what had Porsha Williams and her ex-husband Simon Gubadia trading shots the other day. A Georgia judge has rejected Simon's appeal to overturn their prenup, upholding the terms of their divorce finalized in June 2025. The ruling grants the RHOA star $40,000 per month in spousal support for 14 months, half the equity in their home with housing costs covered by Simon for the next 36 months, several luxury vehicles, and $224,000 in legal fees. However, despite the ruling, Simon isn't backing down. The Nigerian businessman told People, "We intend to continue pursuing this appeal as we have not yet exhausted all legal remedies. I anticipate a resolution within approximately 12 to 24 months, depending on how far the opposition chooses to take the matter." In addition, I have a federal defamation case that has yet to be heard, and we are now preparing for the discovery phase at the pace set by the federal court. He added, "I am a very patient man. Patience has served me well over 40 years in both my personal and professional life, and I'm confident that I will ultimately prevail." Stay tuned, girl. They had Porsha posted a video of her saying that she's free. And it's over, thank goodness. Grateful. And then Simon Simon posted, "Here we go again with Miss 265, still has learned absolutely nothing. Hashtag it's over my ass."
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Listen, the other day, Porsche had already tried to get a judge to enforce Simon, because she says Simon owes her, I think, almost $700,000. and he hasn't paid. You know, I am, you know, believe it or not, I am Team Porsha when it comes to getting what the judge ruled for her, you know, ordered him to pay. Like, girl, if the judge said that you have to give the girl $40,000 per month for 14 months, and that's what the judge said. If the judge said A, B, C, D, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Um, and just, I mean, it's just fair. But, girl, but, bitch, you ain't even got the 700,000. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you trying to make them pay that? You trying to get them people to make Simon pay 700,000 from Dubai? The judge ruled. Now, I don't know if they go. I don't know if they go. I don't know if they're gonna put stop payment on his checks. I don't know if they're gonna do like the student loan people did. Me start garnishing his wages 10%, 15%. I don't know what they're gonna do to get Portia's money. But if Simon if Simon didn't pay his lawyer, can we just talk about it? Can we just come down to reality for a few seconds, Team Porsha? If Simon didn't pay his lawyer, if Porsha says Simon owes her $700,000, and he's still saying, "Girl, I'm gonna appeal," right? Girl, y'all might have to just charge it to the game because Simon is over in Nigeria looking for his next wife, his sixth wife, and they're gonna teach her how to do the Nigerian electric slide. He gonna go about his business. And maybe if he comes back over here, which he probably will one day, Simon gonna get back to Atlanta, come hook or come crook. I'm just saying, I don't know how they're going to force this man to pay something um, when not only is he not in this country, girl, he's not even in this continent. That man is way across the waters. Okay. But shout out to Porsha. I mean, hopefully she can get her money. And then whatever happens with that house, happens with the house. But I mean, maybe I guess she can sell the house and then get whatever. I feel like that's the only. I mean, is that the way that she's gonna have to go? I don't know. I'm assuming that if she sells the home, then whatever he owes her, then she's gonna have to just take it out, I guess, of because I think if she sells a home, they split the home or some shit like that. I don't know, girl. Girl, don't even matter. Okay? It don't even matter. Shout out to Peach Juice. Shout out to Simon. Hopefully they can figure it out. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on. Baby, listen to this. So, this is according to the Jasmine brand. Trey Songz settles $20 million lawsuit alleging he forced his hands under woman's dress at Miami nightclub. So Trey Songz has one less legal problem to worry about, according to legal documents obtained by Billboard. The R&B singer has reached a confidential settlement with Jahara Jeffries. If you recall, Jeffries sued Songz for $20 million over allegations that he sexually assaulted her at Miami's 11 nightclub on New Year's Eve 2018. She claimed the artist forced his hand under her dress without consent during a VIP event. The lawsuit, which also named the club, um, was scheduled to go on trial in October 2025, but the case has now been dismissed following the settlement. Can I say something? And I'm not necessarily talking about this scenario. We've talked about this before. And I know it's a very thin line between victim blaming I do believe that in order to get to the truth, you do have to ask questions, because how else are you going to find out who's telling the truth and who's telling a lie? There are so many stories about like Trey Songz, Chris Brown, and just a plethora of other men out there who they say are allegedly dangerous, violent, girl, they like to steal pussy, thieves in the night. I have a question for women. When you hear these stories, why do you put yourself in a position to be around these people when you've heard these stories? Even if you don't know if it's true, why would you then want to find out if it is? I'm not talking about those people who they haven't heard a story about, Matthew, and then something unfortunately happens to them. I'm talking about these, especially these famous men. We've heard these stories about these men time and time and time and time again. So the only thing that I can come up with is that y'all don't believe the women who tell these stories. You don't believe them. You think they're lying. And now you're put in a situation where people are going to call you a liar. When Keke Palmer tried to come out and tell us that Trey Songz was aggressive, and not aggressive in the way where he tried to put his hand underneath her skirt, but aggressive in a way where she tried to tell him no means no. As far I think it was something going on with like they were filming something, and she was like, "No, I don't want to do it," and he couldn't take no for an answer. Keke Palmer tried to come out and tell us about how she felt being around Trey Songz, and she's a famous girl, and she still called him out. You see what I'm saying? So at some point, you're going to have to start believing these stories, or unfortunately, you're going to be the next story. You're going to have to start just believing that girl, even if it ain't true. Bitch, I ain't trying to find out. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. All right, y'all. I got to go to the store. I got so much going on. My nerves is bad. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. I'm making it deeper than what it needs to be. I don't know. I want to go out of town. I already bought my ticket, but I don't have to go out of town. But I want to go because I just want to experience something new. And then plus, like, I'm on my Tracy Ellis Ross tip now. Girl, well, I've been on that. Girl, quiet as it's kept. I've been a solo traveler. Okay. Um, but I'm just like, girl, if you want to do it, just go. Just go. Girl, just go. And whatever happens, happens. Then it's like, girl, I don't need to go. I just need to stay here. Just go. You already bought your plane ticket. But no, you need to stay here because you got some stuff you trying to do. And girl, you have limited funds. This ain't the bank of candy. It can't be very clear. Girl, you have very limited funds. But I'm like, I want to go. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And I only have like really like a day to figure it out. Basically, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do before Saturday, basically. And I don't know. Okay. Anyways, I gotta get up out of here because I need to run. I need to do some stuff. All right. Y'all have a good day. I will talk to y'all when I get back home. Bye y'all.